Hey everybody, welcome in. And this time we have a special somebody called Hades. Hades, for the long time, was one of the most exclusive characters in the game. He was only obtainable by becoming in the top 10 of the Grand Arena, I think it was called, and then gone to Sorcerer's Tournament, and then they reworked the rewards, and now they just put him into the arena, and he is now one of the arena tournament exchange exclusives. So anyone can purchase him and get him from there. And then now, so it kind of works out similar as the higher in the tournament you are, the more those tokens you get, so the more you can purchase. But it's not quite as exclusive as it used to be. So in one way, it's kind of good because previously the reward pool was so small, only top 10, and when there are hundreds of people in a tournament bracket, so many people are missing out and don't have a chance if there are some people dominating the top. And that is what we saw from very early on. We'd get a group of people in there dominating the top of the ranks, and other people just couldn't get a chance. So it's nice that they opened it up for other people. But then also took a lot of the exclusivity away from him, which I kind of like this way of doing it. But like, I do think that the rewards have been very tamed down. But that could be another talk. Anyway, so on to Hades. Hades is like always been such a cool villain from Hercules. Always like a real funny, just great character. His basic attack does pretty good damage, dealing 1.2k at max. But he also has another little ability that we'll get into. Actually, I'll just jump in now. So he has a passive ability. We'll jump onto the passive first. When his health falls below 50% chance, you can remove a stun from him, and if this character's ability becomes ignite. So this is what his ability becomes. When his health falls below 50%, remove the stun from himself and increase his speed meter by 30%. So that is really cool. It's kind of like a little mini cleanse and a speed boost. So what that in fact does is, I kind of made mention to this in my stun lockdown video, is that you gotta be careful of Hades, and this is exactly why. Because he can cleanse stun from himself, he'll gain speed, and then if the opponents have a wand, they heal their whole team. That is what Hades can do. That is the power of Hades, having him on your side, to break little locks and things like that that people run. And also, he's a beast. So let us go down to so this is pretty much if he's below 50% ignite empowered. So if he's below 50%, you deal up to 844 damage, which is less than his original 1200. But then you also do 780 onto two other opponents. So all up, he's doing over 2200 damage in that turn. And then also you got 40% bonus critical strike chance if any opponents have a harmful effect, which is really good, and you can do lots of crit damage, especially when you come to his next ability, Combust. So deal up to 2.8k and 30% chance to inflict continuous damage, dealing 500 for 2 turns. So, and then when he is empowered, the damage dealt is unavoidable. So, boom. No one can avoid that damage. That is all. So, as you're starting to see, he really comes into power when he's getting below his 50%. So you can use him, and then when he gets hit and damaged, the further you go, the harder he hits. Now, his next special, Scorched Earth, deal up to 3.4k on a flanking line, so that's in a row, just burn across on a row. So his other ones are AoE, all characters, 2.8, which is hefty damage. And then there's the other one in a row, and then you got 50% bonus damage against anyone who's shielded. So sometimes you get those tanks that gain shields, or other characters that gain shields. Boom, 50% more damage on them. And then if the opponent has got continuous damage, oh, look at that. You can then inflict more continuous damage on them, dealing 750, so even more. And then if you're below 50%, ignite empowered, gain counter. So then if you get attacked while you're below 50% attacks, after you've used this, boom, you get counter, you can attack them back. So that's kind of like the big little cycle he's got going. He's got this little high hitting, heavy damaging group of effects and abilities, and his stats are amazing. Offense is super high, 1000, 1600. He's got okay health, 14k. Defense 300, and then his speed is his best, by far the fastest character in the game, 130. He's got 0% accuracy, 0% evasion, 0% potency, although he does have 35% tenacity and a 70% crit chance. So those are pretty good when you're comparing them to others. So if we compare them to, say, Shan Yu, who is another very top player in the game, Hades' attack is a whole lot higher. He's got more defense, he's got similar health, and he's got way higher tenacity. So tenacity is what you have percent to resist harmful effects. So he's got more chance not to get a bad effect. So that is quite a lot going for Hades. So we're going to go jump into a battle. We are going to go see if we can show off what Hades can do. And I probably shouldn't have put... I want to just... To fully show what Hades can do, I'm just going to take Shan Yu out of the picture. Because I just want to show how good Hades is and how fast he is. When you, like, if someone didn't have a Shan Yu, Hades is the fastest. So I just want to be able to display his true speed and his true stats. So let's go. Here we go. So another bot, which is another little difficult thing at my level, finding true players. So what I generally like to do, I generally like to start with boom, that attack, and boom, as you can see, the 30% chance right there to go and give everybody continuous damage, and then I just go jump on top of it with the Mickey as well. So here I'm just doing mass damage on everything, and like check out how much damage he can do. That right there is nuts how much damage he can do. And here we go, I'm stacking all of the continuous damage effects on at the moment. So what you will be seeing shortly, I am going to go see if I can take out that tower. So what I'm going to look to do is on Hades' next turn, you'll be able to see if I go on this row, everybody has the continuous damage, and now you can see it's got stacks up of 2 turns of continuous damage. So when people come in for their turns, like Hook next turn, he's going to go in and take all the lots of continuous damage. So boom, all that damage taken, gone, out of here. And that is the power of Hades, to go in. If you can hit some of those if you can hit some of those continuous damages and you can stack them, he just adds more damage, and he hits hard. Now, if I could find a real opponent, they could give him a better showing potentially, rather than just these arena bots. But so this is also a little trick, just tips and tricks. If you're trying to find a real opponent, you can start, cancel, because there's like a timing. If you go over like 10 or 15 seconds, I think, of searching, then you'll get preloaded into a bot. So don't just sit here searching forever. So if you don't want it to happen and don't want to find a bot, you can just stop starting. But the problem for me is that there's not a lot of people at max level playing at the moment. People do their minimums, but there's no real incentive like there used to be to play a lot. And so there we go. You can see that time he didn't get the 30% chance of getting a continuous damage. He still does a decent amount of damage, but yeah, he's not heavily doing a lot of damage. Hopefully they take Hades below 50%. I'm just not going to use all of my spells right about now. I'm just gonna be la la la, and just see if I can get my Hades taken down a little bit. Let's just attack this. So I'm just going to just to see if we can get Hades targeted and get some damage done to him. If I can get him below 50%, that'll be all I need. I'm just gonna attack here. Attack Hades. I hope someone does the AoE in Hades. So all I want to do is try and show his. So you can see his speed bar just jumping up. If you're watching him, he does a whole. He is fast. He is fast. So I'm just gonna burn through some normal attacks. Try and get some damage on Hades. Hopefully, there we go. Boom. This is his rage. He just activated there. So he's not stunned. His speed meter just went up. I'm just going to go give him a bit of a cleanse. I'm going to give someone a little tickle with Big Bad Wolf. And then Genie. And then, so if I go like this and attack here, boom, got the counter. So you can see there, because I got down below the 50% mark, I now have counter. And if I get attacked again, I'm probably not going to be able to now because I'm taking him out. But if I get attacked again, I have that ability counter. When I get damage, boom, I attack them back. So as you can see, he is very much a glass cannon. He is there for coming in, big heavy attacks, and going fast and hard. He is a monster. So that's where Hades is great. Let's put him in the middle here. He is, and one of the best characters in the game. I would say he's right up there on the top of the tier list just for what he can do. His being able to disrupt and give him a little mini cleansing kind of like stun, and increases speed bar to break through opponent cycles and things like that when he goes down below 50%. Like, being able to break your opponent's cycles is massive in this game. Speed, damage, it is one of the most important things, and for him to be able to do that and single-handedly, he's great. So if you are thinking about Hades, the only way you can get him, he is another one of these tournament exchange exclusive Hades tokens. You can get him just like we said in the last Shan Yu video, same rate. he is 5,250 tokens. So if you're getting first, you can get nearly 3 of him every day, or one day 2, one the next day 3, one day 2 next day, whatever it might be, and you can stack up a whole lot of him. He is great. One little set of warning for him, though, if someone is wanting to invest into Hades, he is the most expensive character on gear there is in the game. So if we look at his gear requirements at max level, he takes 3 of these. So, and they all require a whole lot of these and a whole lot of like. So each of these little cloths and each of these single items takes all those other items to make one of those. So he takes 3 of those, requiring all sorts of different items. 3, another 2, another 3, another 3, another 1, and then another 2. That he is the most expensive, uses the most. A lot of other characters will have, like, if I can give an example, where's Jack? Okay, Jack, how many do you give? He is 2, 3. It's one having 1 3 is a standard at max level. So he is 3 1 1, or 3 2 1, 1 1 1. So that's how good Hades is, and because he is so good, he takes all of that gear to get him up to that standard as well. So just a little fair warning, if you are wanting to go for the Hades and have that super damaging glass cannon that he is, I just wanted to make sure you're prepared for what comes with him, because as good as he is, it takes him a lot to get him there. So hopefully you found this helpful. Let me know if there's anyone else you'd like to see videos on in the future. And until next time, we'll see you then.